Stop, collaborate, and listen. It's the Rafi limited edition. That's why we talk about the Fury style, the way he act, the way he profile. That's why we talk about Joshua. It makes you wonder if the man shooken up. That's why we bust the story open with the crowbar. That's right, at the RDCR. Damn, that was a delayed slam. I wanted the slam to come in earlier. You know, I wanted it to come in like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to come open like, I want it to come in like, yeah, just like that. But anyway, first things first, you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Rafi. What are we on? 244. And yeah, if you haven't heard the latest breaking news, it's a head scratcher. It's a chin scratcher. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy right now with Tyson Fury coming out with his latest, what is it? The latest denial that the fight is almost there. Frank Warren saying it. Bob Arum saying it. Eddie Hearn saying it. Anthony Joshua saying he can't wait. But Tyson Fury is saying otherwise. And that's why we're here today. We're here to chop it up. So let me drop the link in the chat. So for all those who are new to the channel, you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Rafi, where we talk about boxing and anything else that comes to my mind. So hello and welcome. And smash that like button as you come in, because you're sure to like it. Yes. And in comes the man like Just in Trouble. How do you do? And we are here, seated in the back benches. Yes. Order in court. Okay, so where are we and where are we going to start? We're going to start. Well, first things first, let's get the screen right. That's the first thing we need to do as we allow people to enter. I'm going to chop this shiznix up. Let me get the screen right. Boom. Okay, so how we're looking. Yes. And there's a title piece. Is Tyson Fury ducking Joshua? And if he does so, as he appears to be intimating, will Tyson Fury's multiple attempts to duck Joshua be forgiven? And what's this over here? Let's have a look. Joshua fanboys saying Fury is ducking. That's in the secret society. I've read online this is what Wilder fans were saying. Okay, so we're causing consternation already in the background in the secret society. We got some Furyites in Furious, but we've got the audio. We've got it on track. We've got it on wax. And so, yes. In comes the man like the Philip Carl Roberts for this special edition late afternoon show. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Let me pin this thing. Let me pin the sound check. Sound check complete. Now let me pin this link into the chat. Okay, so let me mute this background thing. Let me mute the background thing because it's going haywire since I posted the link. Okay, mute that for 2 hours. and let's get into the first piece. Let's get into the first piece. Where is it? Where is it? Let's find it. Oh, here it is. Is that it? Is that what I want? Or is that what I want? Is that what I want? Or is that what I want? I could do it either. Okay, let me line these pieces. Let me line these articles. Let me line these items up. Let me line them up and let's get into it without delay. Okay, where are we going to start? I think we're going to start with Tyson Fury's own words. And let's see how we're going to do this. How are we going to do this? Okay, the link has gone out. We are officially live. So let's just use the audio, shall we? Hold on, what's that there? Let's just use the audio. Okay, this is Tyson Fury. Let's drop the music and just go with the audio. Let's hope this is sufficient. Let's move the mic there and let's do this, shall we? Let's do this.
I know you said there's nothing to report, but we've done interviews with Bob Arum. He says that it's close. Eddie Hearn says they're ready to sign. Joshua's had his little bit on Twitter and stuff like that, saying that he's in it for the long run. You're a showman. He's going to close the show and stuff like that. So if we can take Bob Arum and obviously Eddie Hearn and what Joshua's saying, we're getting our hopes up, if you know what I mean. But on your side, Tyson Fury's side, you said there's nothing to report.
Well, let's break it down, shall we?
Okay.
It's a bare minimum. Eddie Hearn's a boxing promoter, so is Bob Arum. It's our job to sell the fight. Joshua is saying what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not on social media at the moment at all. So whatever they say is very unimportant to me. Until I've got a date, a fight, and a hell of a load of money in my pocket, there's no fight. There's a lot of things going on, what people don't know behind the scenes, that can scupper a fight like that. So nothing's actually on until you're actually in the ring. So yeah, we're nowhere near that at the moment.
Can you understand?
Boom, boom, boom. We're nowhere near that at the moment. We are nowhere near that at the moment. Let's take a listen to that again. Let it sink in and let it digest.
I don't know what he's saying. I'm not on social media at the moment at all. So whatever they say is very unimportant to me. Until I've got a date, a fight, and a hell of a load of money in my pocket, there's no fight. There's a lot of things going on, what people don't know behind the scenes, that can scupper a fight like that. So nothing's actually on until you're actually in the ring. So yeah, we're nowhere near that at the moment.
Boom, boom, boom. The words of Tyson Fury. Nothing's actually on until you're in the ring. And we're nowhere near that at the moment. At first I thought maybe Tyson Fury was just messing around, playing around. But now I can say officially that I am concerned. Okay, and so we got that. Hold on, where's the music? Okay, so we got that. That's Tyson Fury's statement. And he said quite a few other things, some of which we'll be getting into. But that is Exhibit A. That is Exhibit A. And Scott70 all the way down there from Thailand says Fury Wilder 3. It is looking very possible. Fury Wilder 3 is looking very, very possible, distinctly possible. Okay, and let's go. That was Exhibit A. And I think next we go to Exhibit B. Let's see how that sounds.
It probably won't happen until November. The fight probably won't happen until November. Am I right with that information?
I can't. We've all agreed at the moment, as I mentioned to you earlier, Jim, that we cannot. I can't break a confidence that I've agreed with everybody that we will. What we announce will be simultaneous. All I can say to you is that everything is agreed. It's an imminent announcement, and obviously we've got to work on the site, and that's it. And obviously we've got to get to the expectation levels as to what both the fighters want to fight each other.
So
it's moving it's absolutely moving in the right direction, and everybody is on the same page.
What detail can you give us about the imminent announcement?
I can give you the detail that it's imminent.
Is it a 2-5 deal, Frank?
Okay, so we hear from Frank that the fight is imminent, just around the corner. So mixed messages. Okay, let us proceed.
It is. I mean, we've already had that out there, so I'm not breaching any confidentialities. You know, that's out there.
Okay.
And it's a 2-5 deal, yeah.
So it's a 2-5 deal, 50-50 in the first fight, 60-40 in the second.
The numbers there are confidentiality clause in the contract, but it is what it doesn't matter really what it is, as long as they get it on. That's all we're moving towards.
I take it the numbers are mind-boggling, though, Frank. Is that right? We hear an imminent announcement. Are we talking that each fighter would earn something between 75 and 100 million?
Please God, they do.
Because the fighters here, with all due respect to you and Eddie Hearn, the promoters, it's the fighters who are going to make massive money in this, aren't they? Yeah.
Of course it is. And that's how it should be. You know, they're both respective champions. Between them, the 4 belts are on the line, and they should earn a lot of money. This is a career-defining fight for them, for both of them. And the winner of this will hold the 4 belts, and they will get, you know, if everything goes to plan, they'll earn huge money.
But to some extent, Frank, that is the stumbling block about site fee, isn't it? Because that's the driving factor behind it, isn't it? The site fee is going to be able to facilitate. I'm not commenting on whether they should or shouldn't get.
So Frank talks about big money, big money on the table, and then they go on to talk about the site fees, the importance of the host.
100 million each per fight. I'm just looking at the mechanics of how to get it done. And if it were that you had do you have an embarrassment of riches, Frank, of sites that will pay the site fee to be able to provide the solution to unlocking the economics of the fight?
Well, we've got a couple of people, a couple of territories that are very, very interested in getting on for obvious reasons.
Are you able to say who they are?
I can't, because again, we've all signed a confidentiality clause on that. But the position is that they are very, very interested, and the issue's been, which has been for everybody, has been COVID. I mean, we'd have had this over the line last year, and it was COVID, so that's where we're at.
On the Usyk fight, Frank, if you were on the other side of this and you were Usyk's promoter, sitting around waiting for him.
Okay, and at this juncture, at this point, Eddie Hearn, who's talking to Talk Sports, shout out to them. The BBC Talk Sports, I believe. It's the BBC. At this point, the conversation turns to Usyk and his position, his part in the puzzle in all of this. Shiznix.
Everybody to get their act together and waiting for Fury and Joshua to get a big bag of money. What would you be saying to your fighter, given the fact he's mandatory number 1, he's stepping aside, I assume he's being paid to step aside and not challenge for the WBL belt so that all the belts can go into this fight? What would you be saying to Usyk if he was your fighter?
Well, first of all, I mean, he's not being paid anything to step aside.
Is he not?
Because the WBO have ordered that there'll be an interim fight to allow the unification of all the belts. So the WBO have gone along with that, and they have, as I've said, put out this fight, and there have been negotiations going on between us and Usyk's management team. So hopefully we'll get that over the line one way or another. In the meantime, if there were any promises of step-aside money, that's certainly not come from our side.
Because he's pushing back, though, isn't he? I mean, Usyk now, he's pushing back, saying, well, hang on a second. Hang on a second. If the WBO have got anything about them, they won't force me into some silly little interim title fight. They'll give me a shot at the legitimate WBO belt because I'm the ‑1 challenger. He's pushing back on that, isn't he?
He may push back on it, but the fact of the matter is they've accepted and gone into the negotiation period, and their lawyer has been writing, and obviously they copy us in the letter. So there's been correspondence going on between the WBO and all the interested parties, and they are now participating in a situation where we are negotiating. We're in a negotiation period. If we can't agree terms, then the fight will go out to purse bids.
Yeah, I mean, everything will be sorted here, Spencer, won't it, Frank? Everything will be sorted once we know that Fury Joshua is happening, and you're saying that's imminent.
It is imminent, yeah.
End of the week, imminent.
I hope so. It's the end of the week tomorrow, isn't it, or Saturday? We've all worked very hard. Everybody concerned has worked very hard to make this happen. And as I say, it's very imminent. It'll be announced. And when it is announced, it'll be done jointly between everybody who's a party to the fight and six.
Okay. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. Horses plural. Both Tyson Fury and Frank Warren, Queensbury Promotions. Okay, so let me get out of that so we can see what's going on over here. Okay, so what's going on? What have people, let me drop that. What have people had to say? Let's come out to that. Go back into this. Okay, so let's get into some of these comments before we move on. Okay, so Scott 70 says Fury Wilder 3 is alive. OMG. And you have to say to yourself, well, hold on a second. If Fury thinks about it, stops and thinks about it, who's the easier fight? Who is the easier fight for Tyson Fury? Is it Anthony Joshua, or who he's not fought before? Or is it the guy he drew with in the first fight and knocked out in the second fight? None other than Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. You'd have to think for Tyson Fury, the Bronze Bomber Wilder would have to be in terms of safety, the easier fight of the two. And so since he hasn't fought for 12 months, won't have fought for 18 months, a year and a half by the proposed date in June, you have to wonder if Tyson Fury is having cold feet. I thought he was faking it. Thought he was pretending. I thought he was using distraction techniques to befuddle the paying public, to befuddle Anthony Joshua, to have him at 6s and 7s. Or should I be training for this, or should I not? I thought that's what he was doing. That may still be what he's doing, but he's certainly being successful. If his objective was to cause confusion, then I can say officially that he is causing confusion. We don't know. We don't know if he's serious or not. Part of me feels that Tyson Fury is comfortable that he can beat Joshua. But another part of me feels that Tyson Fury is uncomfortable at the notion, at the possibility that Joshua could knock him sparkle out. And you have to wonder, Tyson Fury's had some mental frailties at times. You have to wonder if this is one of those moments where he might be looking at a way out. Is Tyson Fury looking for a way out? You do have to wonder. I hate the thought, perish the thought. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have another look. Wilder could get destroyed in a press conference. Would get destroyed in a press conference. The third fight won't happen, in my opinion. Would Wilder take that third fight? At one time, I thought he was retired. Now, I'm not so sure. I think he would come back for the third fight. I think he would come back for a third fight. Let's have a look. Craig Finch. Good afternoon, Mr. Dawkins. Fury doing a Wilder and wanting to duck now. OMG. Just post that WBC belt to the landlord, seeing as nobody wants him to fight them for it. Nobody wants to fight him for it. Dime. What's going on here? We got V for victory. Is that V for victory? What's this? I'm still in hope of the fight. Literally everybody else seems to be saying one thing, and Fury, who is known to talk, is saying another, which isn't the thing he was saying last week. Yeah, Tyson Fury switch hitting. Tyson Fury switch hitting. And what's going on here? Let's smash that like button, folks. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done already. Hit that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Okay, so let us continue in the Tyson Fury vein. OMG. Okay, so this piece is from 22 hours ago. Let's move it up. It's our next exhibit, Exhibit C. We're going to call this Exhibit C, and let's get this up on the screen. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so you should be seeing what I see. Let's make this bigger. Okay, so where are we? Let's get into this. Okay, I won't ever box here again. Damn, those are the words of Tyson Fury 22 hours ago. And this is a piece by the Independent newspaper, respected newspaper over here in the UK. And the words of Tyson Fury are, I quote, I won't ever box here again. Tyson Fury rules out future fights in the UK as Anthony Joshua talks continue. Okay, so the WBC World Heavyweight Champion has also floated the potential of a third fight with Deontay Wilder next, instead of facing his British rival. OMG, that ain't good. So Tyson Fury also floating the potential of a third fight with Deontay Wilder next, instead of facing Anthony Oluwafemi Olansi Joshua. Okay, so Tyson Fury has revealed. Hold on, let's get this right. There we go. So Tyson Fury has revealed he will not fight in the UK again and intends to see out his career in Las Vegas, with talks ongoing to face Anthony Joshua in a fight that will decide the undisputed world heavyweight champion. Could that be part of the stumbling block? Could that be part of the stumbling block? Could that be why signatures haven't been put to contract? Because Tyson Fury is insisting that he will not fight in the UK now. Could that be one of the stumbling blocks? Could that be one of the things that is going on? OMG. Okay, so the WBC champion has been discussing his future, with discussions continuing for an all-British super fight with Anthony Joshua, who is the unified champion. But Tyson Fury maintains a third fight with Deontay Wilder, who he knocked out last year, is still on the cards. But neither fight has a chance of taking place at home in the UK. Don't write off Wilder. Don't write Wilder off. out of the equation. He could be fighting me next. Who knows? I could have a third trilogy fight yet. Third trilogy fight. A third trilogy fight. Wouldn't that be 9 fights? But anyway, who gives a damn about maths? Okay, there's a lady sitting on a bench rather rudely with a purse in front of her, for those who can't see what's on the screen right now. Okay, I digress. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Wilder might be next. I won't ever box here again. When he says here, means the UK. Finished. Superstar of world boxing is not going to box in a small hall show somewhere. So what kind of nonsense is he talking about? What kind of nonsense is he talking about? Don't you know that Joshua filled out a 90,000 stadium? In the meantime, Tyson Fury's failing to fill out, little small halls in the USA. I mean, he got what? He got like about 3,000. I mean, what? 1,500 paying visitors. Only 1,000 paying in the audience to his last fight, previous to the Deontay Wilder fight. Who was that against? Otto Wallin. Yeah, about 1,000 paying attendees. About 5,000 overall. All the rest were comped. What about the fight before that with Tom Schwartz? That didn't do much better either. And similar numbers, maybe a few more paid, but that was it. So Tyson Fury, outside of fighting Deontay Wilder, he's selling like a couple thousand tickets per show. So how can he then turn around and say, I won't ever box here again? Finish. Superstar of world boxing is not going to box in a small hall show somewhere. That's all you're doing over there in the USA. That's where you're getting the small hall shows. Is that a tad disrespectful? Is that a tad disrespectful? Let me get back into the chat. Let me adjust that so we know what we're talking about. There we go. There it is. Okay. So let's have a look. Fury might get knocked out. In Fury Wilder 3. Hey, that's not impossible. It certainly is not impossible. Fury does contradict himself often. Yes, he most certainly does. That might even be an understatement. Let's have a look. As a matter of fact, something I almost forgot to do. Let's have a look over there. No, everything's fine. Yes, he may get knocked out, but I can't see that fight happening. Fury would rip him to shreds in the press conference. He would probably make him cry with the ammo the LDBC have given him. Yeah, but you got to look at the flip side of the coin. You got to flip that same coin over. Deontay Wilder. If Deontay Wilder has convinced himself, OMG, Rafi had some coffee right in front of him. It's probably gone cold now. Hold on a second. Let's take a sip. Cold, but still very tasty. Yeah, that's acceptable. You have to look at the flip side. If Deontay Wilder has convinced himself of all the excuses the LDBC have made for him, if Deontay Wilder has done that, and I think he is very, very capable of persuading himself of certain things, which other people may find somewhat ridiculous. I think he's very capable of doing that. If Deontay Wilder has persuaded him that the excuses provided to him by the LDBC are actually true, if he has successfully done that, then no, I think it would be a very, very funny affair, but also sad that seeing a man so very deluded in the form of Deontay Wilder. He's deluded himself. Even his own people can't rock with him. They can't rock with him. when he comes out with these excuses. They just have to say, let's put that to a side. Let's put that to one side, because they can't deal with that. They can't deal with that level of delusion. So I put it to you that Deontay Wilder would come into those press conferences in a very sanctimonious mood, very righteous mood, having deluded himself. All of those things which we mock are things which Deontay Wilder stands firmly, squarely with. He's firmly, squarely with the glove gate, the spiked water, the drunk refs, the heavy costume. What else is there? Yeah. No legs. Heavy costume and no legs. Fury's always been a bit chinny. And we cannot rule out the possibility of Deontay Wilder touching him in the right spot. We can't rule it out. No way, no how. Third trilogy fight, well spotted. Okay. I've seen him rocked. We have indeed seen him rocked. Victor Bada up in the building. What else we got in here? Iron Kong up in the building. And literally up in the building. Iron Kong, how do you do? There's been more developments. It's looking more real that Tyson Fury is trying to sneak out the back door of the undisputed fight. What you feeling? Iron Kong, come in. First of all, how do you do?
Let's have a little parliamentary procedure here, Rafi.
Indeed. Come on.
Good afternoon, my lord. From the back benches here. I would from the province of Shropshire. Speaker Rafi, let me be clear. Tyson Fury is once again just looking attention. I mean, this is what he does. I think I said before on your show, Tyson Fury is looking for he's kind of hedging all his bets. If he wins, he's the biggest bomb ever. I mean, inactive. If he loses, it's because of inactivity. No, it's all this. Tyson Fury is seeking attention, bro. What's interesting, though, that Tyson Fury is able to do this, but he does not get the type of scrutiny that Oluwafemi does. You see, this quote from him about "I'm not fighting again in the UK," this is not a new quote. He said this before the first Wilder fight. He said this before the first Wilder fight, and he said that his new home is America. He's gonna continue his career in America. It's not new. So for when people know acting like it's new, not really. Fury don't have no interest in the UK. He never has. That's why he didn't fight for the British title, right? I think it was John Dealey who educated me that he ducked out that fight and went to Ireland to fight for the Irish title or some nonsense. But don't mind this guy talking about, he might not fight Joshua and all this foolishness. He'll fight. He's looking for attention. That's all it is. What a joke.
OMG. Frank says Tyson's a bit chinny. Scott 70 says Tyson's a bit chinny. We're just looking at some tape. We're just looking at some tape of Tyson Fury versus Nevin Pajic. And I don't know. Am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to get in trouble for that? With the... Let's just skip to some pertinent points, shall we? Let's skip to some pertinent points. Let's just scroll through this and have a look at a few clips. Okay, Tyson Fury getting touched up there and Titan touching himself. Oh. Tyson Fury getting touched up by the Pavic. Oh. Dame. OMG. Should we have a look at that? I don't want to get in trouble. It took me long enough to get out of YouTube jail. So let me be very, very careful. Yeah, jab, double, yeah, over, got missed over the top. Oh, over the top, and then OMG. Let's OMG. Let's slow this shiznix down. Just doing a little bit of a fight study here while we're chopping this shiznix up. Let's slow this shiznix down. Okay, so we see Tyson Fury go with what does he go with? Josie the right, and boom, eat a right in return. Let's have a look at that again. Tyson Fury leads with a right. Oh, right, boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, you see big Mick Hennessy there, hold his mouth. The blonde lady holds on to Mick. Mick holds his mouth. The blonde lady holds on to Mick. And she's agape with horror. The lady is agape with horror. And let's take another look. Close quarters. Public swinging. Fury, lazy jab, comes over with his right, doesn't get there, but Pavic ducks down and goes over with the right. People are holding their heads. The lady who was just agape, she springs up in shock, horror. But Tyson Fury was down. Let's take a look at it one more time with feeling. Lazy left. Oh, boom. Lazy right, and gets his shiznix rocked. Okay. Takes his time. Gets back up to his feet. Little stumble back. No, seems okay. Is that a stumble? No. He's just moving back. He's using that footwork just to get to the corner. Just to get to the corner. Blows his nose. OMG. Pavic continues to take it to him. Tyson Fury holds on. Needs some recovery time. Pavic with the shot to the liver. He don't like that. Shot to the back of the head. Probably going to go to the liver again. Oh, no. Tyson Fury flings him into the corner. Oh, and Pavic continues. OMG. I wonder how long I can leave this going at this rate. What if I can leave that going on in the background? I wonder. Okay. So yes, we have certainly seen him get touched. Kangaroo Jack, never heard of you, my friend. Never heard of you, Kangaroo Jack, in the background. Just talk to the people, my friend. Just talk to the people. We don't know you. You never come in here. You just come in when it's live time. So we don't know you. So just go ahead and talk to the people, Kangaroo Jack. Next time, just come on in and talk to people. Okay, so let us continue. Well, first of all, let me resize that just a little bit. And then we'll continue with the discussion. Nope, that's too much. Okay, that's a replay of the knockdown. Let me see what I can do with that. Oh, where's Kongan? Nope, there he is. Oh, can't we have everything? Can't we have everything going on the screen at the same time? Okay, that's the best that I can do. Okay, so let's get into the chat. Let's get into the chat and see what people are saying. Fury not happy with the UK. Fury not happy with the UK media for things they said about him. Fury not happy with UK fans because they want to buy 90K's worth of tickets to see him. It's strange. It's just strange. Saying silly things, but then start. Wilder is a narcissist. They say silly things, but then start to believe them. He has convinced himself Fury was cheating. Boom, boom, boom. Victor Barder up in the building. Good to see Victor. Okay. What's going on here? Fury has real contempt towards his fans and doesn't respect them. at all. But the extreme ones don't care because Fury is what? AJ, what? It's AJ. Let's don't beat around the bush here. What we got else go? What else we got going on? I'm scrolling down. Boom, boom, boom. Leighton Evelyn back up in the building, continually showing support. Raf, have you heard about Parker? I did see something. I thought it was nonsense, but now you bring it up. I think we're gonna have to probably close out the show on that one. We will talk about that. Much obliged. Leighton Evelyn up in the building, sponsoring the show. Much appreciation goes out to the Leighton Evelyn. Where are we? Frank Warren said on Talk Sports, the fight is imminent. Yes, Leighton, when you watch the replay back of the show, you'll see that we covered that. We've done a whole section on that interview. So we've covered that nicely and comprehensively. What's going on here? See what we're saying? Even his so-called fans have almost disappeared completely. OMG. I bet the fight's announced this week. Exactly. Messing around, the mind games. I still lean on the side of the mind games. It's the mind games. Hey, Marla, do you believe the stuff we're saying about Joseph Parker being some kind of dealer in illicit substances? Do you believe that? What's going on? I think if Fury is sweating on it, it is due to ring rust. But don't forget, Fury sparred Joshua and got a bit of a licking. Indeed. You guys hear about Joseph? I heard about it. I didn't think it was true, but it looks like we're gonna have to touch on it. You're the second person who's raised it. I've seen something. I assumed it was bogus, but now it looks like I'm more have to pull it up. Iron Kong, have you heard about Joseph Parker being busted for some kind of being a dealer in illicit substances? The nice guy, the nice clean guy. Remember the clean living guy that we were talking about the other day?
Yeah. This is the first. This is the first I hear about it. I know Marla tell me that that Parker is this church guy and all this. That's all right, bro. I mean, the man out here slinging some heavy dope. You know, Joseph Parker's the original dope man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man.
He's the quiet ones. They say it's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. Scott 70, the original Super Chat Dominator, comes in to sponsor the show alongside Leighton Evelyn. Sponsors of the show. Become a sponsor of the show by hitting that Super Chat button and keep this shiznix rolling. We got to get that super fast internet service for your enjoyment. Don't come cheap. Don't come cheap, and it don't come for free. So all donations are humbly appreciated. Boxing using meth to cut weight. Boxers using meth to cut weight. OMG. I can't ignore it any longer. We're gonna have to touch on the Joseph Parker situation. We're gonna have to touch on it. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me bring this up. Where did I see it anyway? I don't even have to go there. I think I've got it stored. Where is it? Okay, it's not there. 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 not there. Nope. Nope. Oh. Okay. Let's bring this up since people are talking about it. Let's bring it up. We're gonna go back to the Tyson Fury thing. Where is it? Where is it? Boom. I think this is it. I've got to resize this thing, make it smaller. People can see it. I think that's it in its entirety. News Hub 22 minutes ago. The former world heavyweight champion had name suppression lifted earlier. What's this? Boxer Joseph Parker named as sports person allegedly linked to international drug ring. OMG. This is bananas. Iron Kong, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Rafi, what is this today?
What the hell is going on?
Yo, bro, Joseph Parker running an international meth ring? What?
Joseph Parker. Yeah, I mean, Joseph Parker reacts to being named in major drugs conspiracy. Okay, let's go. Where are we going to go? Let's go with the mirror. Let's go with the mirror on this one. Let's have a look. It's the Raphael Dawkins where we break the news. We like to break the news first. And if we don't break it first, we go in depth. And anybody you don't know or don't believe that, if you missed the beginning of the show, you listen to Rafi's rap. Rafi's impromptu rap breaks everything down for you. Okay, but let me go into this screen now. Breaking news over here at the Raphael Dawkins. Where are we? Let's get this thing up. Where is it? Boom. Okay. Former world champion Joseph Parker named in major drugs conspiracy. Oh, lordy. What's going on here? Let's get that up out of there. Okay, so Joseph Parker. Where is it? Joseph Parker has not been charged, but has fought for 2 years to keep his name secret after being linked to a major international drug importation and supply conspiracy. OMG. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's get that on up out of here. So, hold on a second. There we go. Let me just get into this now. Okay, so former heavyweight champion Joseph Parker has been named as having alleged links to a major international drug importation and supply conspiracy. No charges were ever brought against the boxer, who has always vehemently denied any involvement in the conspiracy. Let's have a look here. Okay, so Parker, who held the WBO heavyweight title from 2016 to 2018, before being beaten by Anthony Joshua, has fought to keep his name secret at several hearings in New Zealand's High Court and Court Appeal over the past 2 years. His lawyer have stated what? His lawyer stated the fallout would cause almost irreparable damage to his career. Fallout from what? But the Supreme Court ended his bid for secrecy and declined to grant him leave to appeal a decision by the Court of Appeal to dismiss a challenge not to grant permanent name suppression back in October. Okay, so in the present case, there is no dispute that publication would cause undue hardship to the applicant. So the discretion to make this a suppression order was enlivened. The Supreme Court said in its judgment delivered on Thursday. What's going on? As they say. However, in all of the 4 decisions considering the application, the courts have determined that the discretion should not be exercised in favor of suppression. Okay, so they're not in favor of suppression. What's this little bit here? The suppression was allowed to continue for another 24 hours to provide the applicant with the opportunity to communicate the results as he needs to. After that time, there will be no impediment to the reporting of the applicant's name, the court ruled. Okay, so, damn, I didn't realize that Parker's worn the tassels before. I thought the tassels were a new thing for the fight with Junior Fa, but I hadn't even realized he had the tassels on when he fought AJ back in 2018. Okay, so let's go for this big chunk here. Let's see if we can get through it. Parker was named by prosecutors during the High Court trial of Tevita Fangupo, Tevita Kulo, and Tony Finau in 2019, but wanted to keep his identity hidden. The Crown alleged that Parker played a role in the importation of methamphetamine by transporting and changing currency. An accusation strenuously denied by Parker, including testament made under oath. So let's get this clear. The Crown alleged that Parker played a role in the importation of methamphetamine by transporting and changing currency. OMG. OMG. Okay, let me have a look. Let me have a look in the chat. See what's going on. Philip Carl Roberts, I have to get to work. Peace out. Marvelous. Thank you, Philip. Thank you for your services. Leighton Evelyn says the price of meth is 10 times more expensive in New Zealand. So Parker was making coin. OMG. Did he have knock knees? I never knew that. Never realized that. Philip's rep will never recover. OMG. And that's coming from Marla, a New Zealander. What we got here? He wasn't running it. The police felt he was changing currency for the gang, and there were texts of him by OMG. I think I'll probably have to unmonetize this live. I'll have to unmonetize this before YouTube do it for me. You know
what is this?
It's some crazy shiznicks, that's for sure. Damn, who would have thought that clean cut Joseph Parker would be embroiled in, let's get the headline up. Who would have thought Joseph Parker would have been embroiled as a conspirator, in a major drugs gang conspiracy. OMG. Iron Kong, what's going through your mind right about now? Share.
Let me tell you something. I am imagining Joseph Parker sitting behind a desk in like a floral shirt, half buttoned down to his chest. Have some dude upstairs in a bathtub chained up with a chainsaw.
Damn.
I know some of y'all never watched Scarface, but if you watch the movie, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
listen, no wonder Joseph Parker didn't really care about boxing no more. Because this man is making twice, 3 times that amount being a drug runner.
Damn.
Who knew Joseph Parker, the church boy? That's right, Leighton. I mean, whoa, yo, Rafi, I don't know what to say, but best of luck to Joseph, man. I hope you get through all this, and hey, I hope it ain't true, bro, because meth is an extremely damaging drug to communities. And as a man of an indigenous man of New Zealand, or Samoa, sorry,
Samoa.
We know indigenous peoples are hard hit by drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
If you are in fact involved in this, sir, I hope you go to jail for a long time because you are assisting in destroying your own community. And I don't have any mercy for you. So I hope this is false.
Yeah. I don't think it's false. I don't think it's false. Mark says he wasn't running it. The police felt he was changing currency for the gang, and there were texts of him buying the substance mentioned also. OMG. OMG. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there when choir boy Joseph Parker wouldn't say boo to a goose, a moose, a mouse, any of those animals. Wouldn't say boo to him. Turns out he's embroiled as a co-conspirator in a major drugs conspiracy. Well, no, never come back with a bad reading. Never come back with a bad reading.
I think Leighton is responding to this Kangaroo Jack guy is highly annoyed at you, Rafi. I guess he's a Tyson Fury fan who is upset.
Kangaroo Jack. Let me have a look at Kangaroo Jack.
That's the guy. So he's highly annoyed.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of his. I'm going to go scroll through his comments now. Let's have a look at Kangaroo Jack. Let's have a look at Kangaroo Jack. I want to defend somebody you're talking about. This is boxing. Well, yeah, the problem is, Kangaroo Jack, is that you only appear in the live shows. And the correct protocol is to become a part of the chat. So you become a part of the community. You come visit the channel. You engage with fellow subscribers, if indeed you are subscribed. So step 1 is to subscribe. Step 2 is to come to the show and engage with the chat in the chat. And then after you fulfilled those maneuvers, then, my friend, once you become a community member, then you may enter the on and go live. You know what I'm saying? Those are the steps you need to take, my dear fellow. Those are the steps you need to take. What's this here? Be honest with yourself. If you're not letting people in to state their opinion, you should be ashamed. Well, not at all. You're stating your opinion from the comfort of the chat. So your opinions, the opinions you wish to share, you can do them from right where you are. Can you not see your opinions are being shared on the screen? Become a community member, my dear fellow. That is your first step. Okay? Become a part of the community. AJ has knock knees as well, does he? I've never noticed that. Tell me it isn't so. Parker smoking too. I don't know how he's taking it. I don't know how you take that shiznick. So what is it? The meth? I need to remember to demonetize this thing. Hit that like button indeed. So you got 2 for the price of 1. You got 2 shows. And we have a third. We have a third sponsor of this show. It's the Aaron Daily saying hello to the Iron Kong and the Rafi up in the building. Okay, and now we're cooking on gas. Kangaroo Jack is quickly becoming a part of the community. And that's good, because once we know that you can be a responsible community member who can share your views, who can share your okay, so now, okay, Iron Jack, if you mess up, if you use any form of obscenity, then you, my friend, will be out. So keep it nice and polite. Don't let me down. Okay, Kangaroo Jack, come on in.
Hello, fellas. How are we? Good?
I'm very good. Kangaroo Jack, we have some rules and regulations over here, my friend. You keep it nice. Keep your language obscenity free, my dear fellow.
Copy that.
Copy that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what you got to say, my friend.
I just came into YouTube and I just did boxing talk and I did live shows and I scribbled in and I had a listen and I heard what you fellas had to say and on Joseph Parker, he personally he's on Joseph Parker at the moment, so I'll go with Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
For me, Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker is a legitimate fight. For me, Derek Chisora is a favorite, and people may think Joseph Parker may outbox him, but Derek Chisora will cause problems for any heavyweight in the world, in my opinion. But when you say the way people are talking about Tyson Fury, I've never been a Tyson Fury fan, but let me tell you, I'm a Larry Holmes fan, Joe Frazier, some of the best heavyweights to ever live. And if no one respects Tyson Fury's ring IQ and boxing skills, they have no idea about boxing. Tyson Fury is a real boxer.
Hold on a second, though. Hold on a second. Who here has said they don't acknowledge Tyson Fury's boxing IQ and abilities?
Nobody said that, but I feel like not you, but specifically the conversation when you said OMG, like you showed a video that was 2011, Fury wasn't even, he was practically in his green grass early stages, early green grass. He wasn't even noticeable.
Let me interrupt you for a second and then you can get back in though. But you see, context is everything, Kangaroo Jack. Context is everything because that clip was being shown in response to a comment in the chat which said, I have seen Tyson get clipped. So it's in the past tense. I have seen Tyson get clipped, and I showed you an old clip of Tyson Fury getting clipped by Nevin Pajic. It's a fight. Nevin Pajic, a fight which many people have not seen, an old fight. So yeah, we just showed Tyson Fury getting clipped. So context is everything. So that is in context with that. But carry on, Kangaroo Jack. Hold on one second. Okay, we have another. I think this is the fourth sponsor of the show who comes in the form of T. White, better known as the Fight Doctor, who writes, AJ doesn't have the greatest balance, and sometimes he squares up. Could be a problem in a Fury matchup. There would be problems in the Fury matchup, no question. Who has Fury not given problems? And just let me clarify also to Kangaroo Jack. Kangaroo Jack, some shows we give praise, and on other shows we cast a critical analysis over a subject. And the subject today is Tyson Fury, and I think it's appropriate that Tyson Fury is the subject today. I think it's appropriate because he's coming out with repeated statements. Coming out with repeated statements implying that he doesn't want to fight Joshua next.
I agree.
Or that his appetite to fighting Joshua next is not particularly high.
I'll argue that.
As a result of that, we have to talk about him and we have to cast a critical eye on him, my friend.
I will respond to that.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a boxer myself. I've had over 60 amateur fights myself. And let me tell you, I've always loved Tyson Fury's ring craft. Yeah. He arguably has if anyone knows boxing in this chat, where we're in right now, if you don't say Tyson Fury has the best boxing IQ in the heavyweight division right now, you must be kidding yourself.
Well,
But for Tyson Fury to come out,
a lot of people have said that, myself included. Carry on.
The way he come out with IFL TV and non-boxing video, or whatever he did on IFL TV, because I watch IFL TV, and he come out and, I predicted this, 2 months ago, 3 weeks ago, a week ago. I said to everybody on YouTube live, of knowledgeable boxing fans, people that come on and chat, I said to them, the fight won't happen on the basis of the money won't be made of what it can make. It won't be made. I said it. I've said it. I continue to say it. The fight won't be made. And if it made in the next 24 hours, I hope it does, because I want it to be made, because it's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Number 1, number 2. The two best heavyweights on the planet. Pound for pound. The lineal champion is Tyson Fury. He's the man that beat the man. He beat Klitschko before Anthony Joshua did. He is a man.
Hold on. But he shouldn't have been in the ring against Klitschko, because he failed a drug test after the Hamer fight, Christian Hamer fight, which was 6 months prior to the Klitschko fight. So Tyson Fury should not have been in the ring against Klitschko. Counter that for me.
I would say to you that if you don't think Anthony Joshua's on any drugs, then you must be kidding yourself.
No, but you're deflecting. You've gone to a totally different person. I'm saying that Tyson Fury failed a drug test after the Christian Hamer fight, which was 6 months prior to the Vladimir Klitschko fight, and therefore Tyson Fury had no business, should not have been in the ring that night. He should have been serving a 2-year drug ban on that night. Counter-argue that. Falcon punch that for me.
He tested after the fight. After the
Hamer fight. Yeah.
After the Klitschko fight.
Okay, yeah. No, he tested positive. Yeah, he did that as well. But before the Klitschko fight, he tested positive against Christian Hamer and should not have been in the ring against Vladimir Klitschko 6 months later. Falcon punch that for me.
Ready? All right. Okay, so everyone said, all right, I'll go with what you're saying. There's no doubt about that. He did. He made mistakes. There's no doubt about that. Everyone makes mistakes.
He should not have been. My direct point is he should not have been out. Tyson Fury should not have been in the ring against Vladimir Klitschko 6 months after testing positive for the Christian Hamer fight.
He did not have positive after the Christian Hamer fight. That is a media pushed situation. No doubt about that.
Hold on a second. I'll say it again. Tyson Fury tested positive after the Christian Hamer fight, and it was ruled by the British Boxing Board of Control that fight be rendered null and void, a no contest. Why did he fight? As a result of his failed drug test.
Okay, now let me get this straight. Let me finish what I'm saying, because you're being cut off a few times here, buddy.
But are you going to?
If that was the case,
okay, carry on.
If that was the case, the Klitschko fight would never have happened.
Oh, so you are suggesting that what I'm saying was not the case?
I disagree. I've always disagreed with it. I'm 20 years old, and when I was 15 years old, I disagreed with it.
Okay.
The Hammer fight was a complete. I believe everything that went on with Fury. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you an example here, right, with Canelo. He's failed drug test multiple times, right? There's fighters around in this era, it's 2021, that failed drug test, but they're, and I disagree with it. Don't get me wrong. I hate anyone that, does something that influences the matchmaking, if that makes sense. I've always disagreed with it. But, this day and age, it's like people are, fighters are doing it like you've never seen before, and I've never, I'm a big fan of. For me, my favorite fighter for me as a heavyweight fan, my favorite fighter in the heavyweight at the moment is Joe Joyce. I like Joe Joyce. I think he's but I know I've never liked Tyson Fury, especially before 2015. He was an arrogant. For me, he was an arrogant arsehole. He never had any sympathy for anybody. He didn't care. He had no realness about his soul. And then he went away from boxing. He put on a bit of weight, had 3 kids in that 3 years, and he actually gained a bit of personality about him. And he showed himself a little bit. And I respect that about Tyson Fury at the moment. He's being real to himself. He's starting to he's come out and he fucking had that fight with Deontay Wilder. Sorry about the language. He had that fight. Sorry about that. He had that fight with Deontay Wilder, the first fight. He was way underdone, 3 years out the ring. Way underdone. He shouldn't have had it. And he made a good account of himself. And I'm in Australia. Come out in the second fight and he completely destroyed him. And for people to sit there and he hasn't been tested then, he hasn't been put under any restrictions. Fury for me is the number 1 heavyweight in the world.
Okay, but I got to Falcon punch your argument that he didn't test positive after the Hamer fight. I have to Falcon punch that, and Fury's victory over Hamer stands despite UCAD ruling. Okay, so the British Boxing Board of Control has confirmed that Tyson Fury's victory over Christian Hamer stands despite Fury testing positive for landandrolone after the 28th of February 2015 fight, despite UCAD's anti-doping ruling that Tyson Fury should be disqualified. Okay. Right, so
OMG.
Yeah. Oh my God. So
Turn it up.
The fifth sponsor. Oh no, there's a fourth because it's 2 donations. It's another donation from Leighton Evelyn. Raf, ask why Fury was banned. Well, yes, indeed. So why was Fury banned if he didn't test positive again? Well, first things first, you can see what's on the screen, right? Do you now accept that Tyson Fury tested positive for nandrolone after the Christian Hamer fight?
Never.
You do not accept?
Never. I never will. And
even in the face of the evidence, you are
media pushed agenda. So you're going to believe every media post you ever see in your life. Big statement.
Why was he banned?
Capital letters. You're going to believe it.
Why was he banned? Why was he banned? Why was he banned? Why was he banned?
He was never banned, in my opinion.
Tyson
he was never banned.
Tyson Fury was never banned. Never banned.
Yep, I'm going to put that out. He was never banned. It was a media pushed agenda, probably a political pushed agenda.
Yeah.
And before the Christian Hammer fight, before the Klitschko fight, I never even watched Fury fight. Never. I watched blokes like Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Anthony Joshua when he fought for the Commonwealth title.
What time is it? What time is it down in Australia? Because I know you're an Australian. What time is it down there right now?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Correct. I've been. No. You see, this is the problem, and you know what, bud. And I'll be honest with you and everyone else in the chat.
Yeah.
I will put everything you have on it that Fury will retire undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. I guarantee it.
But my friend, you sounding a little bit crazy right now. I gotta say, because you're saying that Tyson Fury was never banned. It is acknowledged throughout the boxing world that he was banned. UCAD, the British Boxing Board of Control say he was banned. UCAD say he was banned. Everybody knows he was banned, but you, Kangaroo Jack, are saying that he never tested positive for nandrolone and he was never banned.
I say He obviously was banned, but I say it was a media pushed agenda. There's a
So
difference.
he was banned. So he was banned.
Oh, it's like a principle. You could be fucking hammered for something, but you completely have been sorry. You've been completely interpreting it, but you've been hammered for it, and they pin you for it. But see, this is a problem. I don't know. Like, I have my opinion on these things. Like, I've had these arguments with people. I've come out and said that Billy Joe Saunders would say. I've come out and I've said this. Billy Joe Saunders Southpaw will cause troubles for Canelo. I guarantee that.
Yeah,
He'll cause trouble.
He's not going to be a walk in the park.
Anyone that says Billy Joe Saunders is a walk in the park, docile, stupid.
Yeah,
because Billy Joe Saunders is underrated, underachieved, underrated.
Underachieved,
you know, and I've never liked
underachieved, underrated. But I just want to get some clarity though. So you are now saying you accept that Tyson Fury was banned after the Christian Hamer was banned. No, sorry, tested positive for the Christian Hamer fight.
Tested positive, media agenda, but he was tested positive. He was stripped of his titles that he won in the ring, never lost them in the ring. Let me get that straight.
Yep.
And he beat Klitschko. That, you know, and he was British boxing control. So he was stripped of all that, you know, and he took it because he got fat. He went off the rails. Fury, Tyson, you know, he did, and no one will ever say that, you know. People thought Fury was finished. I was 15 years old, and I said, "Wow, Tyson Fury's finished." I thought he was, you know, I was like, "Wow," and then he came back, you know, and I thought to myself, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
He came. I thought, you're going into Deontay Wilder, the WBC 11-year champion, 14 knockouts, and he got a draw with him, arguably outboxed him. But people want to go and try and say, oh, highlights are all this. No. Sweet science. He dominated him.
He dominated him, and bringing it up to date because we're coming close to the end now. Rafi still got things to do. The working day is certainly not done for Rafi. And we have to go to the Iron Kong. And get your opinion as we come to the close of the show. Iron Kong, I think, it's final words time. It's final words time. Kangaroo Jack has finally confessed, admitted, acknowledges that Tyson Fury tested positive after the Christian Hamer fight and should not have been in the ring against Vladimir Klitschko. Iron Kong, your final words,
would
please.
It have made a difference?
Okay, we're going to come back to you. You're going to get the final word, Kangaroo Jack, because you've come up with some very interesting statements, very fascinating statements. But we're going with the Iron Kong first. Iron Kong, please.
Yeah, you know, I had the opportunity to listen to Kangaroo Jack with his fanboy babble. I'm not interested in fanboy babble. You know what I'm saying? He comes on here, I was never a fan of Tyson and this and that, and he was, you know, selfish back then, and he's a great guy now. Tyson Fury is a drug cheat, okay? Tyson Fury uses everybody else of everything. And instead of you admitting Tyson Fury is a drug cheat, you try and deflect. Well, if you don't think Joshua is a drug cheat, you don't know what you're saying. Well, tell me when Joshua tested positive. Tell me when Joshua tested positive for nandrolone. Tell me when Joshua went to New York to fight Big Baby Miller. Here, he also, oh, you're a drug cheat, you're doing drugs. Who tested positive? Tyson Fury, same thing. He tested positive. All you do is try and accuse Joshua all sorts of things because you want to distract from the type of character that Tyson Fury is, which is a fraud, talented, yes, but this dude is a fraud. He's a flake. You like him because, well, I guess Tyson Fury has the complexion for affection. And let's keep it all the way from here. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all the way from here. This is what. Hold on, please. I didn't interrupt you. Don't make no hawking of sounds and all that. Compose yourself. Tyson Fury is getting away with a lot of stuff because he looks like people who certain people like. Anthony Joshua can't get away with none of this stuff. This man is a drug cheat who made up some story about, oh, I got mental issues. No, you just got busted for peds and then you quote unquote retired. Okay? This guy comes back. You're talking about how, you know, when he got knocked down by Pagic, he was in his green of grass days or whatever. You know what Anthony Joshua was doing in fight number 17, which was the Pagic fight for the thing? Defending a championship belt. Didn't duck no fights. He was defending a championship belt. What was Tyson Fury doing against Pagic? Nothing. Just getting knocked down by some journeyman. I find it really strange, Rafi, how these guys come out here and you present them with facts.
Facts.
And this man could just say, I don't believe it. Whatever I think is facts. I don't believe facts in front of you, but I don't believe it. It's not true because, in my mind, it's not true. So whatever goes on in my head, that's just a fact. On Rafi Dawkins Parliamentary Procedure Radio, we deal with. Nobody said Tyson Fury is no walkover. Nobody said Tyson Fury don't have ring IQ. The man is highly skilled, highly talented. Nobody here said that. But you come on here with your tail up and you're upset because we had the nerve to talk about Tyson Fury being flaky in an interview. Y'all gotta stop being fanagers. You talking about how if the fight won't happen because he won't make the type of money he could make. How you know? You in Tyson Fury pockets? We hope Bob Arum and Frank Warren ready for the fight to be made right now. Tyson Fury talking about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. One of the most over-marinated fights in boxing history. Are you defending that? Bro, get out of here, man.
Brother, the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight is the biggest boxing fight that can be made right now. No doubt. And when you say you've come on here, let me just get one thing straight. You, whoever else want to hear, Combat Radio, whatever, right? Not only yous, but heavyweight legends, boxing legends have come out and said, if you're going to box Tyson Fury, you're going to bring everything you've got, because if you don't, you're in big trouble. And let me tell you, I guarantee it, that he will outbox Anthony Joshua for 12 rounds. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Because Anthony Joshua is stiff. Stiff.
Stiff dusser.
1-2 hook.
Stiff dusser. Stiff dusser.
Oh yeah, he's very stiff. He has no ring IQ. What he did to Andy Ruiz in the second fight, he should have done in his first fight. And he's never fought anybody that can box. Someone that's bigger than him, someone that has a longer reach than him and can jab his head off the whole fight. I guarantee it, brother. You can, if you're a real boxing person, you know it. You can see, I can see Anthony Joshua knocking out Tyson Fury. I can see him doing that. I can see him putting it on Tyson Fury and knocking him out. I can see that. But I can't see AJ getting over Tyson Fury's boxing skills and boxing IQ. Like, he can dictate a fight. He can either lay on the jab, swim around a little bit, bounce around, jab, jab, hook, grab, hold, sort of thing. But if he wants to brawl Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua, he may be in trouble. But if he comes in and be awkward, Fury's got... It's all in Fury's hands. It's not AJ. AJ fights one way, and that's stiff, ordinary, flat-footed, 1-2 hook jab. Nothing. Zero. All right? So that's my opinion. And you know that.
Okay, so who was your hardest fight out of your 6-day amateur fights? Who was your hardest fight?
For me, it's a brawler.
What was his name?
It was, I forgot his name, but he was an Asian guy, and he was just to come forward, chin tucked in, gloves hard up on his jaw, and he came forward and he just threw bombs.
What's your win-loss record?
Let's just say I've won more than I've lost.
Well, no, let's get the records. Let's come on. We're on track now. We're live. Let's get it on track. Let's get it on wax. What's your win-loss record?
I've won about 23 amateur fights. I've won 3 state championships, but I've lost about 29, 28. I've lost a fair few, but in amateurs, you just fight week in, week out because it's consecutive fights sort of thing. It's different, short, less rounds, etc. You do like 4 rounds, 3 minutes. So I've lost a few, but you know, I love boxing. I love the sweet science.
You've lost more than you've won, but you've enjoyed yourself.
I've enjoyed myself, but I also love the sweet science of the game. I don't have knockout power. I just try and I'd like to defend more. I like to hit them and not be hit. And I've failed at that multiple times, a lot of times. So, and I'm only 20 years old, and I've had that many fights. So I'm still developing and learning. Yeah. And you know, I just love the game. I love the game. And for me, I've never seen anybody like in the last 15 years, 20 years. Besides Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko, I've never seen anybody like Tyson Fury. I've seen plenty of Anthony Joshua's. Plenty.
You've seen plenty of unified heavyweight champions over these last few years.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody that's won unified championships, 2 Ring Magazine championships, lineal and WBC, all the belts together at one. I've never seen that.
Tyson Fury no lineal champion. He ain't no lineal champion.
Theoretically,
not theoretically.
No. If you're listen, hang on, Con. Calm down. Relax. Theoretically, right? If you're being honest with yourself here, right? Say for an example, you won the titles, right? You won the fucking titles. Sorry about my language. You won the titles.
Oh my God.
Right? You won the titles. You went away and you got in trouble for a certain situation. You made a mistake, but you won the titles in the ring. And you had those belts stripped off of you and they were vacated for 2 individuals to fight for. I won those titles in that vacation bout, right? With Klitschko, Anthony Joshua. I won them. But you won them, brother. You won them. I win them with Klitschko, and then I go, I'm the blah, blah, blah. Eddie Hearn, this guy's the best. I need to be you before I do anything else. You're the one I need to be. You're the one I need to be, not anyone else. You. Not anyone else.
My turn,
Until
go ahead, Con.
Until Anthony
Tyson
Joshua
Fury is still lineal, then so is Lennox Lewis.
Dang.
Because Lennox Lewis was the last undisputed champion of the world. Undisputed champion of the world. How are you gonna say lineage? Hold on, I didn't interrupt you. Let's start from parliamentary procedure, sir. Lennox Lewis retired as the undisputed champion of the world. There has not been one since. How do you start a lineage? Because a lot of people felt like Vitaly was better than Vladimir. A lot of people felt that. So who decided Vladimir Klitschko was the lineal champion? No. Tyson Fury jumps up and just declares when they want to sell the Wilder fight, when he didn't have any belts, they want to sell the Wilder fight, I'm the lineal champion. He wants to sell the Wilder fight. So it's lineal champion versus the WBC champion and all this nonsense. Let me tell you something. Tyson Fury, what's more shameful? Losing the ring, the belts in the ring, or because you couldn't keep a hold of yourself with your ped cheating and apparently your cocaine addictions or whatever. We shame people all the time for losing belts on the scale. Tyson Fury lost his belts at home. What's worse than that? How are you backing up somebody that couldn't even keep a hold of their mental faculties long enough that they could defend a belt one time? The man still hasn't defended a belt one time.
Never.
Always say you're not a champ until you defend a belt at least one time. You let me know with your 23 and 39 record?
Yo,
What?
check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. You know, Raphael Dawkins. Hold on,
23,
hold on.
20 years old.
Hold on. You know, over here, the Raphael Dawkins, we keep to a strict time schedule. Not when he starts, but when he finishes, because you know, Rafi, hold on. Rafi is a busy man. But you know, this ain't over. This ain't over because AJ has said some things also. And so tonight, later on tonight, we're going to have to chop that one up. I know the fight doctor is waiting in the wings, but we've come up to the 1 hour 30 mark and the Rafi got things to do. So what can I say? This is just part one. Come back tonight around 10 p.m. UK time. Kangaroo Jack, you should be up by then. It'll be about 11 a.m. Australia time. So you should be up. You should be ready to come back in. Iron Kong, I know you're ready to come back in. Tonight,
finish?
Tonight, UK time. No, we come up to the 130. We come up to 1 hour 30 minute mark, my friend.
I just want to finish, and I just want to say to Kong, sorry about that, host. I just want to say to Kong, healthy chat, love it, passionate, you know, real opinions, real talk, no playing around, and that's what I love. That's what I came in, I thought of that, and this is a great conversation. I love it. I can't really for part two. Hit it hard, baby girl. Hit it hard. 7 days a week, twice on a Sunday.
That's what my lady says. But anyway, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have got your money's worth. The super chat dominators have shone through today. And everybody, please, if you've enjoyed this stimulating chat, please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the super chat button to keep the show on the road. And if you didn't catch the show live, fear not. You can still donate and show your appreciation by hitting the PayPal button. Keep the show on the road. Serious resumes only on the Raphael chat. Hey, the fella's got 60 fights. There's only 60 amateur fights. There's only 20. We got to salute the young fella. The fight doctor, come back tonight, my friend. Come back tonight. Because, you know, Rafi got a client to see. Rafi got to eat first, get 10 minutes rest on the sofa, and then boom, I got my next client. So, Iron Kong, we chopped it up thoroughly. Just finish off. Real quick, goodbye.
Bro, you gotta get your rest, man. Peace.
Okay, peace out. So that was the Iron Kong. Don't ask me. Says I've been watching through some of your content. It was good to catch a live show. Well, we normally go live at night, 10 p.m. UK time. Normally go live 9:30 to 10 p.m. UK time. But you know, this breaking news was too hard to resist, and I had the time. I had an hour and a half to spare to cram in, to fit in, and you know, the Rafi don't like to waste time. The Rafi likes to give the people, feed the world. And if you want a little bit of entertainment, scroll back to the beginning of this live for the Rafi rap. I did a song with Deontay Wilder. Now I've done one for Tyson Fury right at the beginning of the show. But much appreciation to everybody who jumped on the panel. Kangaroo Jack, the Iron Kong, and much appreciation to everybody who took time out of their day to come and chop it up with us. Tyson Fury still looks like he's ducking. I hope he ain't really ducking. I hope he's just messing around. And Joseph Parker, the choir boy, has been in court, mentioned as a major component in a major drugs conspiracy. Remind me to to demonetize this show. YouTube's ain't gonna like some of the topic matters, but let's just bring up the Joseph Parker thing. Choir boy Joseph Parker, unbelievably, what does it say there? Former world heavyweight champion had name suppression lifted today. Boxer Joseph Parker named as sportsman allegedly linked to international drug ring. OMG. And what else was there? And of course, there was the Tyson Fury saying that he would never fight in the UK again. Never, ever, ever. And also saying that Joshua, if he could be fighting Tyson Fury next. I mean, he could be fighting Deontay Wilder next. So Tyson Fury coming out with all kind of statements, all kind of statements which don't look good for Undisputed. And if Tyson Fury backs out of Undisputed, will he be forgiven? Will he be forgiven? Or will he not? Okay, so that's the 1 hour, 37-minute mark. And I bid you a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And remember, we're going back live in around 6 hours from now, 10 p.m. UK time. And the only thing left for me to say is thank you and blessed.